everyone, and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Z, lawyer, YouTuber, and all-around amazing woman. So I recently just moved to Lagos and it's been a journey, and I thought to share my house hunting experience because Lagos it's not giving what it's supposed to give at this point, especially for people on a budget. If do not believe everything they tell you, to be honest. The pictures, the videos they send, please double check, because these people send you the good part, and then once you've paid and then you go to see the place, you're seeing something different. So like I'd always advise people, try and do your inspection first. If you're not within location at the time, or if you're not within that jurisdiction at the time, jurisdiction, could try to get someone, a friend, a colleague, or someone who is willing to help you to go check out the place for you before you even make payments. And then I'll tell you for free that houses do not even stay a day, especially places in choice areas like Phase 1, Ikate, Chevron, Jakonde, because I don't know if everyone in Lagos is house hunting at the same time, because I don't understand. Houses, you might see a picture today, you like it, and you want to decide and think about it and think it through, and probably schedule an inspection in 2 or 3 days to check your availability, right? And then by the time you're ready to check, and they're telling you that the house is sold or the property is already rented. So as quick as possible, try and ensure that whenever you want to start house hunting, that your money is ready. Your money, so that whenever you find a property, you're able to pay immediately, because you could have 1, 2, 3 people searching or looking at that property at the same time. And to be honest, the landlords are all about their money. They just want the fastest bidder. They're not particular about your story or whatever you're coming from. They don't even care, because I mean, everyone has a story, everyone has something to do with money. So if you're job searching, please ensure that you have your money handy from the very beginning, so that you don't have, once you're sure you've inspected the property, you've seen the property, you're able to pay immediately and lock that house. So like I said, do the inspection yourself, or send a friend, or send a colleague, or someone who is willing to help you to get a property to go check on the house. 2, have your money ready. 3, please be very particular about what you want and where you want it. For instance, I love places like Chevron, Orchid, and you could get new apartments in those places. Chevron, Orchid, Chevron and Orchid. But you understand that if you are going to do a 9 to 5, I wouldn't recommend you stay in those areas, because 1, you're going to experience a lot of traffic. 2, the roads aren't so good. So if you are going to work remotely totally, then fine, because the houses there are also affordable, and most of them are like brand new houses. So if you're looking, it depends on the type of work you're going to do, so that should also be a point of consideration. If you're going to do hybrid, if you're going to do remote working, then your choice of places could vary, because I mean, with Ikate, with Lekki and the rest, you don't experience a lot of traffic to VI, to Oniro, to Ikoyi, which are more like the VIP areas, highbrow areas. They're very expensive, so you need somewhere that, I mean, is a bit closer to that place. But if you are not going to work remotely, you're going to work every day, so those places are okay. But if you're going to work remotely, then Chevron, Orchid, and the rest, because they have like new houses, quite affordable and quite beautiful, like very beautiful. So that's also another consideration. You also have to consider water. Yes, because Lagos is full of water, but I don't know why their water is dirty. For the life of me, I can't comprehend why they still have like very dirty water, and they have to all treat their water, because where I'm coming from, we don't even treat water on a regular. So it's just that normal treatment they do when they're pumping or boring the hole for the first time, and that's it. But for Lagos, they always have to treat their water. You even see that it's part of what you pay for, like the water treatment plant and the rest of it. So you also have to be careful, because sometimes even with the treating of the water still comes out very disgustingly brown, or whatever color that is, for crying out loud. So sometimes some people who live in Lekki or some other areas don't even cook with their water, so they have to depend on bottled water, pure water, sachet water to be able to cook and do or whatnot. So you also have to consider that, because with all that, that's also cost and expenses. So if you're looking for housing in those areas, so be very careful. Also, as you know, now Nigerians are now embracing like the shared apartment kind of housing formula, because prior to this time a lot of people did not like that. But I mean, if you go abroad, you see that happening a lot. So I think now we're open to it. So you see a lot of shared houses. So if you're open to sharing houses, please ensure that you get very good housemates, because that is going to make or mar your stay in that place. So pray to God, because your housemates are like going to live with you in the same house. You're going to share common areas like your parlor, your kitchen, and like the veranda or whatever it is here. So if you're looking to stay in a shared apartment, which is what most people in Lagos do, because some people cannot afford a 3-bed, 2-bed, stop all that lies, please. So some people actually do shared apartment. So if you're looking to stay in a shared apartment, do well to do your research as well. If it's possible, I would actually recommend you go with you find like a group of friends, or if you're house hunting at the same time with your friend, it's even better for you. Both of you get a place together and you guys move in together. At least you know someone, you know 2 people. It's easier that way to acclimatize than to go in with people that you do not even know. But some people are actually lucky. They get like very amazing people who turn from strangers to sisters all at once. I would not advise a girl living with a guy for obvious reasons. I don't know, it depends, whatever you find yourself. But for me, I actually just recommend do the same gender for personal reasons. There's no other thing, just for personal reasons. Just do the same gender. I feel it's safer. I mean, you never can tell. You never can tell. People do stuff most times that they end up regretting. So it's better to be safe than sorry, as I'll tell most people. So house hunting also, you have to be careful. These agents, they will show you, or they'll tell you, oh, you can come for inspection, or you can come for this one, but they won't tell you that there are hidden charges like inspection fee. I remember one was telling me at the time, because I mean, for some of you who don't know, there's no longer fuel subsidy in Nigeria, or it has been removed, or is in the gradual process of being removed. So either now we're selling a liter of fuel for like 500 or thereabouts. So I remember he telling me that I was going to pay 15,000 naira for him to show me a property that, like a property that I might not even end up purchasing or renting. I say purchasing, I'm buying a house, God please. That I might not end up leasing, right? So it was hilarious for me, because why would I pay 15,000 naira? Tickets? People are just ripping people off in this Lagos. That's the truth about it. So you also have to understand that there are service charges. Sometimes service charges are even like half the price of the rent you're about to pay. It's crazy. You can see service charges for as high as 400, 500, 1,000, 1,000,000 naira, 800 naira. What does it cover? Estate fee, security fee, waste management fee, all these small fees. It doesn't cover. Some of them do not cover your diesel and NEPA, obviously. So sometimes you still have to buy diesel or generator and still pay all that. So please look at it very well, because it might look like a small cost, but at the end of the day, it's a lot. So if you can get somewhere that the service charge is not really that high, I would recommend, because after spending that service charge, you also have issues. So if you also want to do shared apartments, you also have to understand that with shared apartment, there are consequences, right? You're sharing everything, both the fees for repairs in the house, both the contribution for the generators for those who are going to use that. So you have to be prepared, because for me, things like that, you have to be prepared, because when you have someone who is not contributing or is not doing stuff, he's not cooperating, that's where the issues start arising. That's the truth about it. So if you're doing house hunting in Lagos, be careful. I'm saying this based on my experience on the island. Another thing I'll also recommend is do not put all your eggs in one basket. Just because you have one agent doesn't mean you should stick or keep your options closed, because at the end of the day, he doesn't have all the properties to lease, right? So also check. There are lots of leasing properties on the net. You have Properties Pro, you have just type that on the internet, you see some of them. So it helps you to narrow your search, and it also helps you to know what is like the market's average or range within that area, so that you're not manipulated, because these agents can pad rents. Like, you see people that the landlord will say rent out the house for 1 million, they are putting 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. So at the end of the day, when you pay that money, they'll tell you, oh, transfer this to the landlord, then transfer this to us. That's to show you that clearly that amount is not what the landlord wanted, but because you've agreed to it, you see. So most often than not, please be sure that you're paying the actual rent and not the padded fee from these agents, because these agents are very crazy. Because at the end of the day, you still pay agency fee, you still pay caution fee, you still pay legal fee. So I don't understand why they're trying to rip people off by padding the price. It's crazy. For me, house hunting in Lagos is also a very crazy thing, because things are quite expensive. Like, things are quite expensive. No one talks about how much it is to climb this, to board these Ubers, boats, Lagos Rider, all this cab hauling services to go to the locations, because these things are expensive as well. So you have to impute that cost. I would recommend that you do all your search in maybe one day and look at different houses in one day, so that you sort of reduce your cost a bit, because house hunting is a very daunting task, and is also has financial consequences. So do your maths. And I'm just going to show you guys the houses I saw before I made my choice, and or whatnot. So I even went to one where the tenant was supposed to be just it was like a 2-room, it was a 2-bedroom or something like that. Yeah. So I mean, my options, I was able to open my options. I tried looking for shared apartments, self-con, 2-bed, and the rest. I just opened my options open. I just left my options open so that I'm not kept in a box. So there's even one I went to at a time. Oh my goodness. It was a guy, the parlor he had converted to his sewing school. So he had like sewing things there and everything. So it was just the room and everything. And it was a guy. There was no way in hell I was going to take that property. There was no way. Definitely no way. So I hope I have been able to help you narrow your search and know what to look out for. Also ask people their experiences in some areas. There's some areas that are flood prone, like a lot of flood. There's some areas that the network isn't good. There's some areas that traffic is crazy. There's some areas that security is not so good. There's some areas that there are roads, especially for those who are going to drive. Even if you're not going to drive, these cab hauling services will not even want to go there. So ask these questions before you even relocate. Try to start doing your house hunting online for like the first 3 months before your relocation proper, and so that you're sure of everything, because at the end of the day, it's you, your money, and your experience. So I hope this few thoughts of mine have been able to help you in some way or another, and I hope I'm able to create content that suits your purpose or that answers some of your questions as we go further. And till I come your way next time, it's Jane. Okay, some of you don't know me as Jane. It's Z, and I'll see you in my next video. Love you. Mwah.